Hey everyone, welcome to the Deep Dive All 22 Film Study. Deep Dive Uncensored, Deep Dive After Dark, or Deep Dive in the afternoon if you prefer. But we're joined by the Dark Knight himself, Batman. Thank you so much for joining us and gracing us, Caped Crusader.
I'm Batman.
Very good, Ian. Strong acting there. Good improv. Hey, there's a place that you don't need to improv at all. You just need to go join. $1 gets you a full year of access to The Athletic, and you could join for 1 week, kick the tires on Inside Texas, and realize it's the best Longhorn conversation out there. Other than right here on this deep dive, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make yourselves heard in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Without any further ado, let's go dig in.
Our first play, we picked just one of many outside zone runs that Texas attempted in this game. This one is in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 11, trying to create a manageable third down because those have been in short supply. And they run outside zone for James Simon. Simon got almost all the carries in the second half. And this play, I like this one for just detailing so much of what this line doesn't do well at outside zone. You need to execute combo blocks so that these defensive linemen can get reached by the next offensive lineman down. So Connor Stroh, the guy that's to the right of the center, you want him to get all the way to the outside shoulder of 19. And the way you do that is Gooseby gives him a little push, trades him off quickly, and then Stroh reaches him. And if he can't reach him, then you just start shoving him to the sideline if he won't be reached. The backside, same deal. DJ Campbell needs to be jabbing 7 and trading him back to Brandon Baker so that Baker can do the same thing to 7. On the front side, Gooseby gets 19 over to Stroh, but Stroh just cannot control him or get around on him. He's in a lot better shape than when he first arrived to Texas, but this kind of quick-footed run and race a guy to a spot style is not always great when you're 6'6", 340 pounds, unless you're really freakish. And Campbell, who's been in this system for a long time, Paul, gives Baker nothing at all.
So what Ian is saying is that Campbell needs to literally put a hand out and help get number 7 under control so that Baker can get across him. Campbell doesn't help him at all. He chases the linebacker unsuccessfully and does not make physical contact with a UTEP defender on this play.
Yeah.
That's your veteran guard.
We could pull a lot of outside zone plays and inside zone where the offensive lineman doesn't make great initial contact with his first guy. And then he's like, whoop, looks back, then looks ahead. Well, maybe I can find somebody else. Whoop. And they miss them. And then half the time they end up on the ground.
Here's the interesting thing about Stroh on the front side of the play, Ian. Look, right here, he's doing okay. He's now, and I'm going to push this guy and just power him. I'm not going to get across him. That's fine. I'm bigger. I'm stronger than this guy. In fact, I'm way, way bigger. Let's drive this dude. Let's get our feet under us and drive him. Look what he starts to do here. He starts to leaning. And now the guy's off his block. And Stroh's almost losing his feet, which is a fixture of watching our offensive line. And that guy actually makes the tackle.
Another problem is that if you can't reach them, you just start pushing them like Stroh was doing. That's right. But that creates the cutback. And the cutback is not there if you lose control of the backside guys, which they do to both 90 and 7.
Yeah, look at 7 particularly. 90, also not great by Cole Hudson. But 7, DJ Campbell offered no help. Trying to reach someone is not easy if the guy's trying. No. And we're basically just not even executing basic zone blocking techniques here. This is remedial level zone blocking in terms of what Ian's talking about. These aren't finer points San Francisco 49ers Shanahan offense zone blocking, right? This is just, if you're going to run outside zone, this is the baseline expectation of your blocking. And so that's why we're showing you this play, not because it's so egregious, but because it's so normal of what we're seeing play after play. Is that fair, Ian?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to move on to the next one so we don't belabor this?
Yeah, let's get to this next one. All right, Paul, this next one, it's 3rd and 5. It's the fourth quarter, 6:58 left, and we're going to see a rare instance of good third down offense, good quarterback play, and clean execution of a play design. Can you believe it?
I can. Let's watch.
This is mesh rail. This is Sark's like favorite drop back passing scheme. The way it works, everybody, is they have Niblet go in motion. That's just a distraction. That's window dressing. He's not even a part of the concept. He's just forcing the defense to trade responsibilities right before the actual play. The running back is going to run a wheel route to the outside. That's the first read. Do they pick him up or do they get confused by the motion and he's just running free? If he's running free, hit that. If he's not, then you look to Livingston coming from the other side of the field, who's running a short, shallow cross into that vacated space. The idea is if the flat defender is picking up the wheel route, he's probably not in position to pick up the shallow. Okay? If that's covered, you go a little bit more inside to the curl route by Wingo, who's just sitting in the middle of the field. And so the reasoning then is, okay, if they picked up the wheel and they picked up the shallow, then they've probably vacated a lane in the middle of the field. If that fails, you go back to the other shallow on the other side of the field. Arch is going to get all the way to his third read on this play, move around a little bit in the pocket, as we'll see in a second. And that wheel route is covered, shallow is covered. That's okay. They vacate the middle of the field. Boom, curl, first down. If we can get the end zone, you can kind of see Arch's footwork on this, which is totally fine. It's totally solid. It's interesting to me that we could pull up a dozen plays in this game where he's got like a one read throw and he just botches it. His timing is all out of sorts. His feet aren't with him and he just throws terrible balls. On this one, he's moving around in the pocket, he's scanning the field, and he's in rhythm, and it looks great. It looks like the guy we expected to see all offseason. What do you make of that, Paul?
Well, I would say the one thing that's more intuitive, maybe there is a lot going on, but that mesh, if it's not open, it opens up. Meaning he's simply just taking his scan line from right in front of him to the two shallow crossers, simply one depth level up, which is Wingo settled in, right? So the read is a little bit more intuitive and natural because you're just looking further up the field to see the C's part and there's an open guy.
You say that, but it's funny because Ewers routinely botched this play.
Yeah.
But Ewers would hit the one read throw all day long. That was like almost all they did.
The 7-yard quick out, Ewers was an automatic.
Yeah.
And Arch is throwing it to the guy's feet, sailing it over his head, sidearming it for no reason. Like, yeah, this is really interesting. So I guess this is what is possible. And when Steve Sarkisian is being optimistic and confident in a press conference, maybe this is the play that he has in mind.
That's what I think. But I also wonder if just he needs to pivot a lot more because Manning is almost the exact opposite quarterback of Ewers. It's like he's better scanning the field than he is locking in on a guy. He can run where Ewers couldn't. And those two things alone mean complete wholesale changes in how you run the ball and how you throw the ball. Also, Arch, you got to hit some of these easy throws too.
Agreed. Well, here's a positive example where he does. Now, we're going to switch to the defensive side of the ball because there is a particular hero on this defense that we need to highlight. Ladies and gentlemen, my message to you is short and sweet today. If you're in the market for a mortgage, if you need to refi, there's only one place you need to call. It's 832-557-1095. That is our friend. That is our fellow Longhorn, Gabe Winslow, the best damn mortgage guy in the great state of Texas. He is a mortgage broker, which means he will shop your deal to 60 different lenders, have them compete with each other, and get the most favorable terms possible. This former National Merit Scholar, law degree holder, has 20 years in the industry, and he is operating at levels of 5D chess that the average mortgage guy can't comprehend. Call Gabe. You'll be glad you did. 832-557-1095. All right. I want to highlight the play of Hero Kanu and how much he has been changing and affecting and impacting games. This is a great example of Hero resetting the pocket. He's actually going to be double teamed here. Not for long. He's going to focus on the center, drive him back into Malachi Nelson. And Malachi Nelson is actually going to trip on that center's feet as he tries to escape. So watch Hero here. He's going to elude the guard. And he's saying, you're going to double team me? Well, I'm not going to fight two men. I'm going to attack the center. I'm going to attack one man. And I'm going to drive this guy back into the quarterback's face. Boom. Drive. That guy gets so dominated that his leg actually whips Malachi Nelson, who's already stumbling. And Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty, comes and cleans it up. So that's a great example of what Hero Kanu is doing. He single-handedly made that play. And it's something that I think eludes you if you're not really getting this view and kind of digging down and discerning who's actually driving this. Because otherwise, I think you just see a big jumbled mass of color and you go, oh, the D-line got a good pressure there. And you're not really sure what happened. To me, that was Hero Kanu. What are your thoughts on that play, Ian?
Just that that's a three-man rush and they drop the buck out into coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Three-man rush, immediate inside pressure will absolutely ruin any team's passing game.
It does not get better than a three-man pressure
In the
where
face.
You get pressure.
Yeah.
And that sets us up for the very next play. I don't mean a play later in the game. I mean, we're going to see what the effect of resetting Malachi Nelson's clock is going to have on his passing ability. All right, Deep Dive fans, I want to show you the effect of resetting the pocket with intense pressure up in your face. Here's Hero Kanu doing the same thing. Oh, I'm a single read auto thrower, and I didn't realize Grayson Littleton was squatting down in zone, just standing there waiting for the ball. Watch Kanu reset the pocket again against a double team. Vosick does a solid job of getting some push on that offensive tackle. That also obscures and speeds up Malachi Nelson. So, Ian, this is a four-man rush. We're going to drop back into zone now, and we're baiting him into an auto throw to get that ball out quickly. I want to get the ball out. I'm going to get hit again. Oh, too bad. There's a nickel squatting right in front of my receiver. And so how does that happen? Well, as a fan, you might watch that in real time and say, what a terrible throw. Oh, what a choke. This is a quarterback who's had his clock reset by Hero Kanu. And this is the effect of that immediate inside pressure in your face. Kanu is going to drive this poor center once again. The guy's actually holding him. He's got you can see his back hand is grabbing Kanu's jersey. And then he's just going to throw it right to the defensive back. So this is a great example of one player, Hero Kanu, who's one of these transfer defensive tackles who have all been playing well, but Kanu has been the most explosive of the bunch. This is him single-handedly affecting the game and creating a turnover.
That's all fine and well, Paul, but Texas hasn't really generated very many sacks this year.
That's right.
And good defenses with good pass rush create sacks. Sacks actually are better than interceptions. There's statistics that prove this. Getting the ball here is of inconsequential value. The real value would have been if they tackled him.
Ian is being sarcastic, ladies and gentlemen, but this does show that pressure does matter and pressure does impact game outcomes. So Hero Kanu doing a wonderful job. By the way, this was the immediate play after that sack. So I'm going to show you one more play in succession, but on a different drive, where we're going to see Hero Kanu, the run stopper. All right, we're going to pick up again in the third quarter. This is the next drive after Hero Kanu forced that pressure interception. And we're going to see Hero Kanu, the run stopper. 1st and 10, it's going to be a tackle for loss in combination with Leona Lafau. A lot of good things to highlight on this one. But again, Hero Kanu, the straw that stirs the drink. They're going to try to do some zone blocking here. They've got double tight on the strong side. Hero Kanu is going to tell 79, the offensive tackle, to get off of him. And 79 is not going to help the tight end out very much here, Ian. And Kanu is just too quick for this guy. So watch him off the ball. Watch Kanu's get off. Get off me. And then 81, a tight end. He's given up 60 pounds. That ain't going to happen with Hero Kanu. Kanu is already making the play here, right? The back is trying to run this right inside on that, between the guard and tackle, or even the guard and center. He's going to have to reroute. Kanu's in hot pursuit. Look at Leonga Lafau play side. If you rewind it, Connor, he is going to stone this center. So watch 53. Leonga Lafau is going to run up here and stuff this guy like this guy's a junior high player. Boom! Violent contact. I'm going to lock you out. I'm going to shed. And now me and Kanu are going to make the play in the backfield. That is phenomenal defensive line play by Kanu and classic linebacker play side by Leonga Lafau. Leonga Lafau's weight gain, 10, 12 pounds in the offseason, has done wonders for his physicality, Ian.
Oh, also, I don't know if you knew this, but the longer his kind of rat tail braid gets, the stronger he becomes.
It gives him mana.
Yeah.
So the other thing that's interesting about this play is these are 3 consecutive plays by Hero Kanu. They're just broken up over different drives. This is why, since the Ohio State game, I've been saying Hero Kanu is our most impactful interior defensive lineman. It's why he has the most snaps of any of our interior defensive linemen. And by the way, that's real praise, because I've been very pleased with Cole Brevard. I've been pleased with Travis Shaw. Alex January, when he's played, has played well. Murad Watson gave us some good snaps after a tough outing against Ohio State. I've just been really impressed with this room. Hero Kanu, it's all coming together. This is a guy who didn't play football. He grew up in Germany. He played 2 years of high school football. He arrived here and he was already one of the strongest guys in our program, along with Cole Brevard. You draw whatever conclusion you want, that whenever we get a transfer, they're the strongest guy on the team. But Hero Kanu, great motor, very quick, very explosive, very strong, and he's 300 pounds, Ian. You look at him and he's trim, flat belly, and you think he weighs 275. This is a 300-pound guy who is making himself felt every Saturday.
Can you imagine if you'd made this leap, but at Ohio State? That team would be probably the national championship favorite by a stretch.
Yeah, Ryan Day and Ohio State really have to be a little upset that they don't have Hero Kanu on that defensive line. But our find is their loss, and I believe Hero Kanu has the potential to return for another year. So that could be absolutely huge for the University of Texas. Right now, whatever you think of Pro Football Focus, I think they have improved their college product actually considerably. Right now, they're 3 highest ranked defenders on the Longhorn defense. Ethan Burke.
Oh, okay. Can I guess the other one? Hero Kanu will be 1.
Hero Kanu.
Ethan Burke. Surely Michael Taff.
Michael Taff. You nailed it. All 3. Hero Kanu playing phenomenal football for the University of Texas. We're glad to have him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this deep dive film study, All 22. We really appreciate you, and I know you've gotten a lot out of this. Make sure you're supporting our sponsors, and make sure you're supporting Inside Texas right now. You can join for $1, get a full year of access to The Athletic. It's where the best Longhorn conversation is happening, other than right here. You need to make sure that you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.